Vytautas Genocidas from Lithuania will be in lane 1. Michael Phelps next to him in lane 2. Again, already the winner of 3 events here. Remember back to the Indianapolis Grand Prix, swam 4 events and set a fastest time in the world in each of those at that time. Tyler Clary, who won the 400-meter freestyle on day 2, will be in lane 3. Austria's Marcus Rogan will be in lane 4. Backstroke specialist and second at the European Championships last summer. And Oussama Mellouli, who swore to us yesterday he wouldn't swim the 200-meter breaststroke at the World Championships or at the Olympic Games after he won that event yesterday. Oussama Mellouli out of Tunisia, a reigning 1500-meter freestyle gold medalist. And there is the young David Nolan that you were speaking of earlier. And he's always getting in these finals, but he's butting up against the likes of Phelps and Clary and Rogan and Mellouli. But David Nolan, headed for Stanford, is an outstanding prospect. 29-year-old Robert Margalis out of the fast swim team will be in lane 7. And Enrique Rodriguez from Brazil will be at the top of the pool in lane 8.
Oh, this is a heck of a field. And Ryan Lochte, the world record holder, is not even in this. He saved it to swim the 200 back. He's swimming. He's coming up in the 200 back, but he's not even in this race. So can you imagine if he got in there too?
And how does this event break down stroke-wise with respect to Michael Phelps?
Two keys for Michael, I think. First of all, the first 100, how he manages that early speed and how he feels in the water. Let it flow. Don't force the pace here the first 100. Feel comfortable at the 100 turn. And then the second key is that third 50. How he comes off the breast to free with that normal great underwater drive that he usually has, or will he come up like he did in the 200 butterfly and pop right up about 7 meters off the wall? Looking pretty smooth right now early on right there in lane number 2.
Is his vulnerability in the next stroke, in the breaststroke?
Well, if you think about it, there's Oussama Mellouli. He won the 200 breaststroke, and he's staying right with Phelps early on. In fact, this field's pretty even, kind of what we thought going in. And keep an eye on Clary. He won the 400 freestyle earlier. So his freestyle has improved dramatically. Breaststroke's his worst stroke, though. So I expect to see Phelps to go by him. Keep an eye on Mellouli. If he keeps it close at the end, he could be a huge factor.
Right now, Michael Phelps just taking a slight lead over Tyler Clary in lane 3, who did turn first after 100 meters. Clary in lane 3, and Marcus Rogan swimming a very nice race so far right next to the lane line in lane 4.
And you're right, Rogan was in the 200 breaststroke also, but I keep going back to Mellouli because he's got probably at this point the strongest freestyle coming home the last 50. But boy, what a great turn by Michael. That's the kind of turn you like to see by Michael Phelps coming off that last wall. Will he be able to hang on? Not sure, because there's Mellouli, but he had a good turn.
Phelps in lane 2. Next to him is Clary. Oussama Mellouli. Oussama Mellouli coming on up in lane 5. Right down to the wall. Michael Phelps in lane 3. In lane 2, Phelps and Mellouli. Who gets it? Mellouli touches first. Mellouli touches first in 1:59.42, and Michael Phelps 1:59.63. You were right, Mellouli coming on.
I just had a feeling the way Mellouli has been swimming these Grand Prix, he had a great 200 breast, so I knew his back half was going to be very special, and he kept it close. He never lost sight of Michael. Just doesn't look quite as high in the water as I've seen him in the past.
And had a lead here. It was only over the last 15 or 20 meters that Mellouli was able to overtake him up there in lane 5, and you can see clearly touched him out by maybe a foot or more. Oussama Mellouli, maybe not so big a surprise yesterday. We know you're not going to swim the breaststroke anymore, but that was a great win. First and foremost, congratulations. What a finish in the freestyle.
Thanks, that was fun. I haven't done the 2 IM in a while. Like I said, I've been playing around with these 2 new events kind of this weekend, and I feel like a 12-year-old going best times again, so it's fun.
Talk about the race, This is Roddy. At the 100 mark, could you see Michael? Could you sense where you were at in the race?
No, I could only see Marcus, really, and I knew Marcus had a good first half since he's a really good backstroker. Just kind of wanted to swim my own race and you know, keep my head down that last 50 and go home, bring it home as fast as I can.
So could you see Michael at all the last 50? Or could
Oh,
you,
yeah, I was looking at the last 50. I was looking at those.
You weren't really
minutes.
putting your head down. Come on, buddy. You were actually looking.
Whenever I took a breath, you know, I took a look at Michael, trying to, you know, give it that last push, and worked out well.
Paul Sunderland here again, and thanks for your time.
Hey,
Are you surprised by these results?
Yeah, it's really fun when you surprise yourself in these events, especially when you come in and you have no really big expectations, since these are not my main events. So it's definitely a lot of fun.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks,
Way to
guys.
go.
Great race once again. Oussama Mellouli from Tunisia touches out Michael Phelps in the 200 IM.